Yeah, I mean, even in college, I was a mechanical engineer. Just I guess typical. I was good at math, and I was told forever that I should be in an engineering. In engineering, I studied it. I liked it in college. It was fun. Um, at the time, it was something that usually led to promising job prospects and all that fun stuff. And then after school, I never really went into pure engineering as a mechanical engineer undergrad. Accenture at the time was really good at finding smart people and teaching them to code and billing them out at high rates when there was a deficit between programming needs at large companies and the amount of talent that was out there. And I fell into that bucket. Spent 2 years there writing C++, and Java, and eventually running small delivery teams from clients like GE Capital and Sprint and all that fun stuff. Um, During that time, this was like '98, so the whole dot-com thing was really starting to happen, and that's where I was like, wow, my passion's really there. It's really in startups. So I jumped ship in 2000, which is actually pretty bad timing with the markets and everything, and joined a mobile startup that a few executives at Accenture had started, and I took on sort of like an engagement manager, account executive role there, where I would help salespeople, support them during the sales process, and then own the account after the sales process from a delivery standpoint and deployment standpoint. So it was a great experience to see from the inside. We scaled from 15 people to 100 people, back down to 15 people during that rocky times of the early part of last decade. And I decided at that point that I wanted this to be my career. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I decided that an MBA at the age of 25 was probably a good idea and a good investment of 2 years of time. And I ended up at MIT Sloan eventually, and took all the entrepreneur classes, started 5 businesses while I was there. I was a semi-finalist in now the 100K. I did all the classes where you start a different business, and one of mine I actually got funded in the second year there. I eventually raised about $1 million in capital for a social media company that I started, and hired a few engineers and ran that business for 16, 18 months or so.